Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the favorites of the month video. I'm sort of kind of late-ish. This is late for me personally because I like to have my favorites videos up like within the first week. But anyway, I wanted to do a favorites video because I kind of forgot to mention some stuff last month. So if you're interested in knowing what I've been loving the past month, then please keep on watching. So the first thing that I have been loving is this Wet n Wild eyeliner, and Wet n Wild has one of the best eyeliners out there. I do love the NYC liquid liner, but I do love this one better. So there's like a little twist to it. So when I originally bought the liner, it came in this packaging. And this comes with a brush applicator, so it's not like the felt tip applicator, it's not that like hard applicator, it's literally a very thin brush applicator. So I went to Target the other day and I found this one on sale, and it's basically this one here. It's this packaging right here. So this is the Mega Liner by Wet n Wild, and then this one says Mega Liner 2. I'm not sure if they switched the packaging or something, but this one, which is the one that I bought the other day, came with this brush. And this is the brush that I'm talking about. And if you guys can see, this one is more pointed and it's actually like a brush, but it's still felt tip. They're not actual like brush hairs, which I personally do not like. I tried it with this brush and it wasn't that bad, not as bad as like the other ones that are very stiff, but I still prefer the actual brush tip. So what I did was I still had this one with this brush in it. This came with this, in other words. It was this like this, and I switched it out, so I just have the new product in here, but I'm using the brush that came with this one. So now it's literally perfect because this ended up drying out on me. Like with the brush applicator, I used it so much that it kind of like dried out, so I just needed some more product. And it's the same packaging, so this is the eyeliner, which is again really good. It dries to a matte finish, and then this is the brush that came in the original one. And this is actually a brush with hair on it. It's amazing. I love, love, love this brush. It gives me such precision, and I really like it as opposed to the NYC one because the NYC brush is amazing. I love that eyeliner. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have like 4 of them. But the brush sometimes comes all screwed up, number one, or number two, it's like thick. I feel like it has a lot of brush hairs on it. You really have to like sculpt it before you go in and do your liner. With this one, it's just like dip it and go. It's such a great brush. I love, love, love this eyeliner. I just noticed that I have quite a few of Wet n Wild products. Wow, Wet n Wild is really on it. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I actually did a review on this foundation. So if you're interested, I will have that up here. But this foundation is really, really, really nice, you guys. It has such great coverage, really nice lasting power. I love this color. It's a really nice yellow undertone. Mine is in the shade Golden Beige 368C. Really nice foundation. The packaging is a little, so this is what the packaging looks like. It's almost like a spatula. Yeah, it's definitely like a spatula, but for whatever reason, I don't mind the spatula technique. I kind of just like wipe it everywhere, blend it in with my fingers, and then I blend it out with a beauty blender. The next thing from Wet n Wild, since I have a bunch of Wet n Wild things, we're just gonna get those out of the way. This is their Apricot in the Middle blush, and I got this because Luster Lux, I believe, was talking about it. This is such a pretty blush. It's actually what I'm wearing today. I really like it because it has such a beautiful peachy warm undertone, if you guys can see it. I'm really into just bronzing my skin and then highlighting. As you guys can see, I have highlight everywhere, but whenever I apply this, it almost looks like a lighter bronzer. It doesn't look like a blush. Some blushes are very orangey or very tan or very pink. This one is just like the perfect undertone, and it just looks really, really nice and natural, but still gives you that bit of color, but it makes you look tan. I don't know how to explain it. I love this blush, and I also love it because it's a shimmery blush. If you guys can see that, it has sort of like a sheen to it, which I personally really like. Anything that's going to make me look glowier than I already look when I apply my foundation and everything like that is just an A++ for me. I love matte blushes, but the shimmery blushes really give you that extra glow, and you can never use too much glow. So the next Wet n Wild thing I actually talked about also in that review is their liquid lipsticks, and I'm just mentioning this particular color because I love the formula of this particular color for whatever reason, and I just love this color in general. This is probably like the nicest color ever. But this is in the color Rebel Rose, and this is what it looks like. This is just like your basic sore lip liner type of lip color. I love wearing these lip colors. If I had to pick a color in my collection that I have the most of, it's definitely like rosy mauve colors. Again, I swatched the ones that I had in that video, and I spoke about how some of the colors don't swatch as nice. They're all really nice nonetheless because this is a $5 lipstick and it's incredible for the price, but this particular color and formula is oh my god. So the next thing that I have been loving, and if you guys are wondering where all this glow is coming from, this might be too much for some people. If it is, that's okay. It's not you, it's me. You put on whatever you want. If you like a matte foundation, you wear a matte foundation. If you don't like highlighter, don't wear highlighter, etc, etc. So I've been loving my Cover FX enhancer drops. Mine are in the color Moonlight, and when I bought these, I decided to get a color that was pretty much kind of close to my skin tone color. I know that they came out with like some new ones like purpley toned or blue toned. I'm not into that whole unicorn highlight thing because I don't wear that stuff on a daily basis. So anything around that color is pretty much spending and wasting money for me personally. But I really, really love these, you guys. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love these. And I actually just discovered how to use these in this particular way. My button just fell, but we're just going to ignore that. What I like to do is I like to apply this to my foundation. I have tried using this as a highlighter on its own, but I personally feel like it kind of just sticks to the foundation, so it's kind of hard to blend out. I don't know if it's the technique that I'm using, maybe the foundation that I'm using, but it's kind of hard to apply this before you apply the powder to your concealer, like to set it, because I feel like it'll cover it up, and it kind of does. So I normally have to, you know, go in with like a highlighter over top, which is totally fine. It enhances it more, but I personally like this better to actually apply into my foundation. And I don't go in with like one drop. I actually go in with like 2 or 3. And when you're mixing it, it does look very like, oh my god, I can't believe this looks almost like a liquid highlighter. But when you put it on, it looks so beautiful and so glowy. Like I did that today, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have this like sheen on my forehead and on the bridge of my nose. And of course I went ahead and put highlighter on top, but the majority of the natural radiant glow all throughout my face is because of these. I love these. And they have a nice variety of shades if you're paler or if you're a little bit darker. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is this Kat Von D concealer, and she just released these recently. I actually received this for testing purposes by Influencer, and I really like it. It has great coverage, except I don't like it underneath my eyes. I find that if I mix it with another concealer, it works. Normally I'll just put my more hydrating concealer all throughout, and then right in the inner part of the eyes I will put this on because it has very nice staying power, and this is very light, so it's almost like a lightening concealer for me. This one is in the shade L7 Warm, but I like it as a primer. I've been using it as an eyeshadow primer, and I love this. This is very full coverage, and it doesn't like budge. It's like matte proof, it just stays put. I used it today, and what I do is I just dot 2 small dots on each eye, and then I take a buffing brush and I swivel it and make sure that everything is nice and blended all the way up to the brow bone. And then I do set it with a translucent powder. I feel like with any type of primer, you should always set it with translucent powder because your eyeshadows are going to blend nicer. Another thing for me personally is I always forget to put a brow bone highlight. And you guys know this from watching my videos. I never put on a brow bone highlight, and 90% of the time it's because I forgot. So the fact that I have this to conceal my brow bone and to just make it look like I have a lighter eyeshadow up there works for me. Next up is actually this heel to toe spa pedicure collection foot softener, and I know this is kind of gross. I've been like giving you guys so much information about my feet. I've just been going through some tough times with my feet, and if you guys saw my previous video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But my feet have been so dry, I swear. When I tell you guys I am a dry person, I'm a dry person. My hands, my arms, everything is always so dry. So I always have to moisturize, and even my feet get dry. I know, it's just crazy. So I like to use this softener. It looks like this. I actually picked this up at Sally's, and you guys can see I've used it quite a few times. But I like to apply this at least once or twice a week onto my feet, especially the heels and around my toes. And then I'll put on socks and go to sleep, and then wake up in the next morning. My feet are so hydrated. They feel so silky smooth and soft and comfortable. It's just a really, really nice feeling. I'm not even kidding you guys. I know this is kind of weird, but I think I paid like $3 for this at Sally's, and it was like a sample size, but it's gone such a long way. Like I've been using this all winter and I still haven't ran out, which is really nice. Next up is this contour and highlight stick by MAC. I'm talking about this mainly for the contour part. I love, love, love this contour stick. This one is in the shade Bare End and Earth Nut. and this stuff blends out so nicely. I am not a cream contour fan because I felt like for a really long time it was really hard to achieve the type of look that I wanted. You have to have a certain, you know, technique to do cream contour. You really do, but it does make a difference. It does look really nice, and then if you put a powder product on top, it just makes you look so contoured and so like, ugh, your makeup is on point. But this one blends out so nicely, and I also like it because it's like the perfect color. It's a little bit warm, but it has like a neutral undertone. It just looks so nice, and I didn't do it today just because, all right, this bun is really getting on me. You know what, forget the bun, we're doing the ponytail. But it blends out really nice. So what I like to do is I just draw 2 lines on the side, and then I like to draw in the hollows of my cheeks. Whenever I do cream contour, I always go up higher than I would normally go with a regular contour, like a powder contour, because in case if it doesn't look right, or it's easier to blend upward than to blend downward and then have to clean it up. So I always do that. The highlighter part of this is really nice as well. It's a very nice champagne color. This is the L'Oreal blending sponge. They do have 3. You guys, this is the purple one if you can't tell. This sponge is amazing, you guys, and I actually bought this like a month and a half ago, and I've been using it every single day since then. It is so soft, so bouncy. This is probably the closest thing to the beauty blender that I have tried thus far. The only thing with this particular sponge is that it's not that pointy at the top, so whenever you're doing your concealer, you kind of have to squeeze it and then, you know, do your concealer like that. But other than that, if you're not willing to spend $20 on a beauty blender, and if you're on a budget, I highly recommend this one. I even think this is better than the Real Techniques one. I didn't say that, but I love the Real Techniques one too. This one is just really good. I love it, and I'm so impressed with L'Oreal. You know, to think that somebody would come this close to a beauty blender and it'd be L'Oreal is like, what? That's crazy. And it's really nice because it's drugstore and it's available to everybody. Even I think in the UK and stuff like that, they sell L'Oreal. So this is really nice. I love this sponge. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about were some new Marc Jacobs eyeliners that I received. I received these from Influencer for testing purposes. Before I received these, I did use this before. I have the black one, and I actually got it as a perk from Sephora. I love these as much as I love my black one. They did send me 2 of the shades, and I have the light pink one, and then I have the matte dark brown one. The pink one is called Pink of Me, and then the brown one is called Earthquake. I actually have Pink of Me in my waterline today. It's really nice because it's such a light pink that it's like a brightening eyeliner, which is really nice. You guys know that I love white and nude eyeliner. And then this brown one is amazing. Who doesn't like a good brown eyeliner? It's a great substitute for black if you don't want to do anything too dramatic. And I actually use this in my tutorial, and you guys can easily see how nicely it blended out. I know a lot of people say one swipe you have eyeliner on. No, these are the real deal. One swipe and you have full on pigmentation. It doesn't scratch your inner eyelids. It doesn't like skip. It just glides on, literally, as well as on the lower lash line. Blends it out, smoke it out, and you're good to go. Alright, so those are all my favorites of the month. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, you guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.